Hey, what's up, guys? UrAvgWarGamer, back with another video. And today I'm going to be featuring a Tier 9 premium battleship, the Musashi. Now, the Musashi was removed from the armory. It was used to be for coal as well as for free XP, and it's actually pretty nice 750k free XP back then when it's released. Unfortunately, you can't get it. But the purpose of making this video is you might still have a chance to get a Musashi, which has basically a Yamato guns at tier 9. And if you have played Yamato, you know what I'm talking about. So you can get it from the medium center boxes that are in the summer sale, and that's why I'm featuring this video to just tell you that Musashi is pretty much broken at tier 9, especially with the matchmaking that we are getting nowadays. Like, we get top tier if you play tier 9 most of the time, if not all the time. Musashi is Yamato in every way, and it has actually a smaller superstructure than Yamato, I feel. It's my opinion, but yeah, everyone has its own opinion for how the ship works. Of course, no AA whatsoever, especially after the CV rework, so CV can drop you all the time, but luckily there's no CV, so you consider it as Yamato with 1.9, not 1.9, it's 1.8 sigma. So slightly nerfed sigma, but everything is almost the same. Slightly higher citadel maybe, but yeah, it's the Yamato. Of course, apart from its characteristics, I'm gonna talk about the player base. World of Warships is a thinking man's action game where you have to slow down, kite away when the enemy team or anything pushes to farm you, to do damage to you. You have to mitigate the damage. But in the world of Broadsides, aka World of Warships, of course, this doesn't happen a lot. People tend to, especially nowadays, show a lot of broadside. As you can see in the game, the A-gear doing that. Like, he is a full broadside, and luckily my salvo is good enough to give him a slap hard 54k salvo. If that would be a Ibuki, or maybe something like a light cruiser like Neptune, he would have been death struck. But that's why people might need a heavy cruisers, because it's broadside time, you know? It's big brain time, I would say. Well, in this case, there is another big brain guy, Ibuki, and you know, even though he knows our team is on the siege flank, Lemming, and I took a central position just because our team is Lemming, because that's the best way how to play in battleships, especially if they are slow, like Ohio, Musashi, Yamato, or other ships. I take the central position. Well, Ibuki is a bit lucky because he is still bowing in, but the overmatch is still there because it's 460mm guns that have this caliber to overmatch 32mm farmer. If you multiply the caliber, divide the caliber by 14.3, you will get the result, which is the overmatch armor, how much you can overmatch. Well, you see a lot of big brains, right? There is that big brain who also said in the chat, ouch. I don't know if he's saying this very casually, but if I would be the guy, I would be really pissed off with that salvo. Definitely, because it's my mistake. You should learn to earn it. You have to do something about it next time. Lucky enough, Igor actually has a decent aim, and he shot me in the best way possible, doing 6k damage. But then, the Igor slowed down, shoot broadside again. He has 16k HP. He healed back like 11,000 HP, but yeah, that's exactly the same way I shoot the salvo before. The same salvo does 16k damage and he is dead. Got a first blood. But the point is, I don't understand why people shoot broads like crazy. I mean, I'm shooting from 22 kilometers and then saying ouch because I shoot him
on the designated target.
a lot of damage. It's just because incompetency. People are not trying to even dodge. They're moving in a straight line and just think that's the way to play World of Warships. I agree with that maybe, but no, I don't agree with that. I'm just joking and everything. But here's the example of the Ibuki again, like the A-gear showing broadside. But then there is a RNG factor in the game which can help you mitigate that damage. And this time it's overpens, so you don't get a lot of damage. Unlike there is a battleship Slava,
Concentrate fire on the
which doesn't
designated
care
target.
because it's gonna have amazing vertical dispersion. But you can make everything, every battleship a Slava if people from Broadsides like this again. A buffalo. Well, I'm not gonna say that he's also from the same clan, but I'm not talking about the clan in general. I can understand people are casual, but you can't be that casual to slow down right broadside and spotted. And shooting. This doesn't look good. The funny part is he didn't get death struck because he has a survivability expert on cruiser. I can understand why he does have that survivability expert. Well done. But not for long. Alright, so that's like in like 14 minutes I have 131k damage. People say Slava has 5 minutes and then get 100k damage. But look, it's like a Slava, isn't it? You can make any ship a Slava if you have a competent enemy players like this. You're just shooting, you slow down and juke even in Musashi, even though you know you can't tank those Georgia shells, they can't overmatch you. But you still juke, you still throw the shells right in front of the water, not taking damage. Because that's how you can take your potential damage in the game. Georgia, of course, broadside like and Buffalo want to kite away. And you know, my aim is really good, but then dispersion is not vertically good. So I get what? Overpens and a pen?
All stations,
Not get a citadel.
concentrate fire on
If
the
that would be a
target.
Slav or something like that? Yeah. It won't feel good to see his HP back. But right now he's lucky. Well, Izumo is 21.8 km away. He doesn't know that I shot the guns. But it doesn't matter. You can overmatch his armor. He's broadside, and I don't understand why he's tanking like this. He could have kited away. He could have gone to 899. I could have done better than here. But that's how you
Reporting the
maybe,
target position.
play. Which, well, I can't say much about. People tend to play. I don't like it because if you play like this, it feels bad yet good at the same time because you're doing a lot of damage, massive damage. But then it feels like if these players are your team. By the way, Fletcher tops, which I don't care right now. It's how it is, unfortunately.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
So if the players in your team are like this, just like in the enemy team, then you can see what is happening with the scoreboard. Half of the enemy team died in basically 6-7 minutes. Well, it's not like a very fucking short game.
Problem solved, sir.
Excuse my
All
language.
stations,
But
concentrate
it's how it
fire on
is.
the target.
After the cross pushing in, want to use a second breeze, sure he can do that. In this situation, I actually playing like after I seeing my squad taking like crazy, I was not even thinking about like I have to carry hard, like I have to play really
Concentrate
good or
fire
something
on the
like that,
designated
because you can
target.
already see the enemy team is dead. It's the game is already being set. It's over. Tried to cross it, bowing in and still pushing in like a pro, but Musashi overmatch, and again if you shoot out the superstructure, you can do nice damage, like just like right now you have done 12k damage. But you see that there is a smoke right in front of me, so I'm expecting the Fletcher tops, which at the moment I expected that, but I just I have to say I was literally baited so much into seeing the enemy ships showing broadside that I cannot control myself but to show broadside to the torpedoes. I should have kited away right now, like the tops are coming. Because you see, you're gonna hit the island, but I don't care because I don't need to care. You're gonna win this game. Already done enough damage that it does make sense. If you wouldn't have dead, you could have procced the Yamamoto as a local maybe. Because I have captain in it. I already got the first blood, the perk.
Problem solved, sir.
But at the moment, I just don't care. High caliber and Confederate now. Already got, like, I done decent damage, isn't it? The Frederick Gross, of course, gonna die, but he also gonna take with me with his second lead, and that's where his second is actually shining to kill me after the Fletcher hit the torpedoes on my ass. I died in a battleship, but that's fine because the game is already lost for the enemy team. Frederick Gross versus Frederick Gross, they are taking on, and the game is gonna be like this. But my purpose is two things. If you don't have Musashi, you get one, because you can have these games. Not like the games that I have, it's you know, it doesn't like happen usually a lot, like you getting broadside of cruisers, but nowadays it's a bit more common, so maybe a Georgia / Musashi would do well. But Georgia is on a whole different set, like Georgia's a bit different than Musashi, definitely, not a bit, but a lot different. But you can see the Georgia, he Euroed into 5 ships and died. Instead, he could have kited away and can tank and, you know, do something for their team. He didn't done that. The game ends. Unfortunately, I don't have the chart of showing you how much I got the base XP. I didn't take a snapshots because it's literally 2.4k base XP. It's not really, you know, special. You can already see the damage and all that stuff. Anyway, guys, I hope you like it and enjoy it. And I'm gonna catch you into the next one with another video of the Russian battleship, the Slava. Thank you very much.